When you close your eyes, what do you see? Do you see determination, commitment, and self-sacrifice? Do you see yourself pushing beyond the very limits, ready to conquer anything? This is my playground. What's yours? When you close your eyes, what do you see? Do you see determination, commitment, and self-sacrifice? Do you see yourself pushing beyond the very limits, ready to conquer anything? This is my playground. What's yours?
World champion. And he does. Sebastian Pino puts it away.
De Medellín, cuenta con vos.
Archery. Power and precision, passion and perseverance, dedication and devotion, intensity and integrity. Archery, the ultimate sporting challenge.
After starting the season in Shanghai 2 weeks ago, the 2016 Hyundai World Cup Tour now travels to South America for Stage 2. Colombia has become a hotbed for world archery, offering warm welcomes in Medellin's comfortable climate just north of the equator. Seldom seen teams from Cuba, Bolivia, Chile, Ecuador, and El Salvador all coming to Colombia, giving this tour stop a true Latin America flavor. More than half the field here in the land of eternal spring hails from the Americas, and this week's best will now battle for medals and World Cup points outside Medellin's Museum of Modern Art. Hola, ¿qué tal? Wherever you happen to be watching, hola, buenos dias, ni hao, bonjour, merhaba, konnichiwa, privyet, shalom, guten tag, dzień dobry, buongiorno, willkommen, annyeonghaseyo, good day, mates, and welcome to Hyundai's 2016 Outdoor World Cup circuit, stretching from spring through summer and into the fall, with the finals in Denmark come September. Along with America's Lexi Keller, I'm Carl Archey, high in the Aruba Valley in Colombia's Andes Mountains. Lexi, good to have you back with us again. This is a quick turnaround. We're in China 2 weeks ago doing this, and now 2 weeks later, here we are in Colombia. That's got its challenges, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. Just the travel itself is exhausting, but going from, the different climates and the different time changes, it's you definitely have to be prepared, but there's really no way to prepare for that. So
got to get used to the jet lag, get used to the food and the schedules and the time and all of that. Get your sleep. Sleep is important.
Sleep is very important and very, very loved.
Much beloved here in Colombia, as it is everywhere. As you get a good look at the crowd here in the grandstands on the grounds of the Museum of Modern Art in Medellin. Now this morning, Italy and the USA with the chance to pick up 2 team medals. Great opportunity for those 2 countries.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here we go. We're just about set. Weather is very good right now. It's overcast a little bit here in Medellin. Mild temperatures, a little bit of wind. We are shooting to the east, so there is a breeze. It will be behind the archer's back. In compound team events, just a reminder, there'll be 3 archers per team. Each shoots twice during the 4 ends at the target that's 50 meters away. So that's a total of 6 arrows per team in each of the ends, 24 arrows altogether for the match. And when the smoke clears, the team with the most points is your winner. All right, we begin this morning with the women's team bronze medal match. This should be a good one. We talked about Italy, and we will see the Italians in just a moment. But first out of the tunnel, it is the team that came out of qualifying number 4. That's India. India coming out first. To the cheers from the crowd here in Medellin, Colombia. And we will meet the trio of archers from India, who range in age from 17 up to 28. Shooting today for the team from India, Lily Shanu Panam, 28 years old. She's joined by the 20-year-old Prabjot Kaur and the 17-year-old Purvasha Sudhir Shende. Shende, 17 years old, Kaur, 20 years old, and Paunam, 28 years old. So the team from India getting set to take on the squad from Italy. There is the coach for India in the box today. And you can see the Museum of Modern Art right behind the field of play. And here comes Italy, led out by Irene Francini. We'll talk about her in just a moment. Italy fielding a very strong lineup today. Irene Francini, along with Laura Longo and Marcella Tonioli. We have not seen Marcella in some time, but she's had a good week here in Medellin. From left to right, Francini, former recurve archer who's made a very, very smooth transition to compound archery. Laura Longo in the middle, and of course, Marcella Tonioli on the right. Marcella, 29 years old, Laura Longo, 27 years old, and Irina Francini, 34 years of age. It's really kind of remarkable to see the transition that Francini has made from recurve to compound.
Yeah, you see that a little bit more, like Alex Whiffler of the U.S. Obviously, he was a very strong recurve archer, went to compound.
And has done well.
And has done very well, yeah. You'll see him a couple times today.
Alex will be coming up in the men's gold medal match in just a few moments here on Archery TV. Glad to have you with us. Buenos dias, buenos tardes, buenas noches, wherever in the world you may happen to be logging in and watching. Stage 2 of the 2016 World Archery World Cup Tour. Laura Longo to lead off for Italy, 27 years old, ranked 14th in the world and averaging 9.3 points per arrow.
Starts off with a 9.
Sets the bar with that 9. And sets the table for Irina Francini, the 34-year-old, who's after her first outdoor World Cup medal.
Same spot, so might lead to believe that there's just a little bit of difference from the practice range to here.
And the practice range, a little bit of a walk, to say the very least.
Yeah, we're kind of surprised about that this morning.
Good exercise and good grouping.
Yeah, very.
So Team Italy off to a good start as Tonioli, Longo, and Francini all with 9s to put up a score of 27 on the first 3 arrows. So now India's chance. Drops a little bit low into the red ring.
इधर दिख जाता है यहाँ पे पास में
India needed that.
Very good
ऐसा भी
X.
रुक जाना नेक्स्ट टाइम
Cower.
वो मारना
Tattoos at 10, the first of the day.
गुड प्रभजोत X
And a 10 here would put India in front early in this match.
शॉट
And there it is, another 10, back-to-back 10s.
Right next to her teammate. That's good teamwork right there.
That is good teamwork. Panam and Cower with back-to-back 10s, so India with a 1-point advantage midway through the first end. Laura Longo, 53 career victories to her credit with another 9, so 2 9s for her in the first end. Now Francini, who was the gold medalist at the Indoor World Championships in Ankara this past winter. Beautifully done.
इसके बाद फिर वापस आते ही शुरू हो जाए
And now Marcella. 14 World Cup medals on her resume and another 10, so back-to-back 10s. Tonioli in the 10 ring. So India has its work cut out for it. Purvasha Sudirshende with a 9.
बिल्कुल 10 के पास
Still a little bit on that low side of the target. But she's coming in.
Prabjot Kaur, who had a 10 on her opening shot, averages 9.2 points per arrow. And now India needs a 10 from Lily Shanu Pounam just to keep pace.
7 6 5, 4, shot.
Under the gun, fires a 9. So it's a 1-point advantage for Italy after the opening end.
10 के पास था.
Italy 56, India 55. And all things considered, a nice start for both of these teams.
Yes, very good.
How much of a difference do you suppose it is coming from that practice range, which is about,
Mirate nel mezzo.
I'd say it's about almost a 5 to 10 minute walk.
Prima molto in mente
Yeah,
il
it
mirino
could be,
diverso.
you know, I mean, you can almost see it from here, but a lot of, I think it's at a different angle. You know, it's pointing in a different direction.
They're shooting in a
and-
different direction at the
Right,
practice range, yeah.
exactly, and that could have just an absolute ton of difference just from the lighting and the wind difference. That in itself, not to mention that you have to walk that whole way just to get to where you're going. Kind of just sets things off a little bit, but yeah, a lot of times you'll see a huge difference in the practice range, and sometimes, you know, mostly depending on the location, you won't see a ton of difference. But I do know that a lot of archers will kind of watch the first match of the day to kind of be able to gauge, you know, where that kind of stands at. And judging by Italy's first group, a lot of the archers coming up might say, okay, just let's watch our first arrows and make a really good shot starting off so we know if we're going to be left as well.
What did you learn from watching those first arrows? What did it tell you?
It told me that, you know, depending on what I would be feeling for wind out there, that if the wind's a little bit different, I have to compensate for that. Otherwise, you know, I might have even just given my sight 2 clicks to the left, because sometimes 2 clicks won't make, you know, a ton of a difference. It won't put you completely out of it, but it might compensate for that if you're going to have the same.
Not make
the
just
same
enough
issues.
of a difference.
Right, yeah. To just, you know, I mean, because 2 clicks, 3 clicks on your sight might have moved one of those arrows into the 10, picked you up another point. But that's a lot of times why you'll have a really strong shooter out front so that you can say, okay, they're going to put up an amazing shot for us, really strong, and be able to gauge what's actually going on so then the following shooters can make the adjustments necessary.
Try to get a bead on what's going on.
Exactly. Yeah, sometimes you'll put your best wind shooters out front so that they can gauge too. So
And there was
a
some
lot of
wind
strategy. Yep.
here earlier in the week, yeah.
Earlier in the week there was some.
Wind and rain, and
Exactly.
we've been fortunate.
A lot of elements. Yeah.
Weather's dried out here in the last couple of days, and we've
Today's
got
a
good conditions.
pretty nice day to shoot for sure.
So India trailing by 1. 55 for India, 56 for Italy, and starting off with a 9, just a little bit to the left for Uravasha Sudirshende, the 17-year-old, finished 33rd, tied for 33rd at stage 1 2 weeks ago in China. Brings up her teammate, Prabjot Kaur, the 20-year-old.
9.
So back-to-back 9s for India.
And again, you see on that left side there, so something else might be kind of going on because it doesn't look like there's a ton of wind, but there could just be enough at times.
So 3 straight 9s, a trifecta of 9s for India to start off the second end, and it provides an opportunity for Team Italy as Laura Longo leads off. Laura, who won a team silver medal here in Medellin last year, and there's her shot. Donde está Laura Longo Zero? Right over there. That's where it was.
Yep.
Found the 10 ring. And now at Irena Francini, bearing down. Just outside. Italy dialed in. Marcella Tonioli, who won a mixed team silver medal at the 2013 World Cup Finals in Paris. So they're keeping it in the gold. No major hiccups, no major mistakes. And
Which
their
is
lead
always
is
what you hope for.
Yeah. No catastrophes, right?
Exactly. No surprises.
2-point cushion right now for Italy
ठीक है 9 है थोड़ा नीचे आ रहा है
as Shende sends hers into the 9 ring again.
Adjusting her sights, as most of her arrows so far have been on the low side, I believe. Discussing with the coach here.
तो एम वहीं पे रखना फिर हाँ, थोड़ा सा
India did have 2 10s to start off in the first end, but since then,
9
the last
थोड़ा ऊपर जा रहा
8 arrows.
8 arrows have been in the 9 ring.
है जो
And 9 is fine,
You always hope
but
for the 10.
Italy has shot just enough 10s to open up a little bit of daylight, and they've got an opportunity to create some more daylight, some more space right here. So consistent shooting by India, which defeated Colombia 226 to 213 in the semifinals to get to this bronze medal match.
Sì, Laura.
But Laura Longo
10 rega, ore 10.
sticks it and catches the line. 9-liner, which will count as 10. And now Francini.
9 mezzogiorno. 20 secondi, Marci.
Tad high. Antonioli.
Sì, Marci.
Right
La
down the middle. Hola.
croce.
Marcella Tonioli.
तुम्हारा दोनों
45 career victories. She's won 63% of the matches that she has participated in, and 5 of those have come in shoot-offs.
इसको दबा के रखो
So Marcella coming up with a big shot. And right now, it is a 3-point lead for the team from Italy, 112 to 109, as they open up some more distance between themselves and India. Once again, cumulative scoring.
Due alte, sì, però una
Team with the most total points, once all the arrows have been shot, will come away with the bronze medal. Marcella Tonioli, great look at her. For so many years, mixed team competition came into play about 2011, and right about then she teamed up with Sergio Pagni, and those two dominated for several years.
Yeah, very much a strong team.
So the judges taking a good look. The agents also down there. Everybody marking the arrows, and we'll get set for the third end coming up. Now, a year ago, it was the USA that came away with the women's team bronze medal. And 2 weeks ago in Shanghai, it was Turkey defeating Germany in a shoot-off. And as I recall, I think we had 3 shoot-offs to start the
Yeah,
day
there was
2 weeks
a lot
ago.
of shoot-offs. It's an interesting day.
Tom Dillon hoping for an interesting day here in beautiful Medellin, Colombia. City of about 5 million, a city that is growing by leaps and bounds. Buildings going up all over this city, which has one of the best climates anywhere in the world.
Got some beautiful views too. We were able to kind of go and see some of them yesterday.
Did a little sightseeing, eh?
Yeah, the bus ride all the way up to one of the top of the hills, mountains here. Saw the city at sunset. It's beautiful.
It is breathtaking, to say the very
Absolutely.
least. And being this high up in the Andes Mountains, even though we're on the equator, or by the equator, it is a very temperate climate, usually between 65, 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Down by 3. India starts off with another 9.
9 थोड़ा सा नीचे
That's 10 9s in a row. Needing a breakthrough right here from Prabjot Kaur, ranked 159th in the world.
That one's real close up
टच
there.
हो सकता है
But
ऊपर है ऊपर गया
Very close call.
spotters are calling it an 8.
Lily Shanu Paunam, who won a pair of team bronze medals in 2014 in Shanghai and Antalya. So right now the best that India can hope for is 3 straight 9s.
9 है 10 है
to stay in this match with Italy. Italy with a chance to really pull away now. Laura Longo leading off.
Sì, Laura.
And leading
Very
off
nice
strong.
X.
Così bella carica, mi piace. Bravo.
Laura, a member of the team that won the bronze medal in Ankara at the Indoor World Championships. What seems like about an eternity ago is actually just back at the end of February and beginning of March.
Ore
Yeah.
due, uguale all'altra. L'altra era a sinistra. Però non sei alta, Irene, solo a destra.
Strong, strong shooting for Team Italy. Marcella Tonioli with a good grip on things,
Sì, Marci,
as you can tell from that shot.
croce.
So the lead growing and widening even more now. It's up to 7 in favor of Italy. 142, 135. And India has to start shooting 10s instead of 8s. Master of the obvious, aren't I?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Captain there.
I've got a good grip on this. I've got the concept down.
Yeah.
It's about 10s.
Gonna have you-
Yeah,
and
there
we
we
go.
go. Finally, India is able to get the 10 that they need. It took them a little while.
Sometimes all it takes is just that one really strong, good shot to get the entire team kind of back on track a little bit. So
So after the 10 by Kaur, another 9 off the bow. Lilishinu Panam. Good look at the 27-year-old
Sì,
Laura
Laura.
Longo.
Sotto la X, brava.
Tattoos another 10 on the board. And Italy feeling strong, feeling confident right now. 3 strong archers. Francini among them. Silver medalist this past winter at the indoor tour
Sì,
stop in
Irene,
Nîmes, and
perfetta.
another 10.
Brava, Irene. La Super X.
Bueno. And now Marcella, whom we've really not seen an awful lot of in the last 2 years or so. But obviously she's been practicing.
oh yeah, still in it.
Ore 10.
There's just been so many competitors coming up that you know, a lot of them are a lot closer in score-wise. So it makes it more difficult, makes it more of a task to get your spots on the stage. Not saying that they haven't been shooting well. It's just the level of competition is very tight throughout all the competitors, all the countries, and anybody's got a chance at it, which is good. It makes you push yourself a little bit harder sometimes to get your spot on the podium. So
There are no guarantees, are there?
never any guarantees, and there's the saying that everybody always remembers is it's not over until the last arrow is shot. Anything can happen at any moment. Sometimes it's just enough to give you what you need or take away what you thought you had. So
And it's true in all sports, but I think it's
Oh,
especially true
absolutely.
in archery, that you're only as good as your last event and your last arrow.
Yep.
And you still have to compete and go out and win your spot.
exactly.
And we see that not only with, we see it a lot with the Korean team, we see it with the United States team, we see it with every team.
Yep.
And there are great archers, as you said, coming up through the ranks. Right now, there's a 10-year-old out there who wants your spot.
Exactly. And she might just be able to take
Couple
it
of
from
years.
me. So yeah.
Couple of years from now, not right away. Not right away. Lexi Keller from the United States compound team joining yours truly, Carl Archie, here in Medellin, Colombia for stage 2 of the 2016 Hyundai Outdoor World Cup circuit. Beautiful setting here on the grounds just outside the Museum of Modern Art in the background, right behind us. On the scoreboard, Italy working on a masterpiece right now. They're up by 8, leading 171-163. India's been consistent, but just not enough 10s. Only 3 10s on the board so far through the first 3 ends.
And there we are. That's exactly what they needed here.
A golden moment for India. Shende finding the center circle, hoping that her teammate Kaur can do the same. Instead, it drops down into the red ring.
शायद 8
Paunam. The most experienced archer on this team.
That's good.
Strikes gold. So 2 10s and an 8. The best start to an end that we've seen for India so far in this match, but it might be little too late. And it appears to be after Laura Longo finds the 10 ring again. The Italian archers working well together.
Ancora alta.
Strong shot by
Ancora più
Francini.
alta di prima, Ire. Sei a ore 11.
And right now, really, Italy just needs to be solid and consistent. They don't need to be spectacular.
No, just kind of keep your rhythm, keep your pace, and
Keep it in the gold rings.
yep.
Ore 1, molto alte.
Marcella, the 2011 bronze medalist of the World Cup finals in Istanbul. Back on the banks of the Bosphorus. Final 3 arrows for India. And they trail by 8. Huge mountain to climb.
थोड़ा ऊपर.
Shende, who was on the team that won a bronze medal in Antalya in 2014. Also picked up a mixed team silver medal in Wrocław 2 years ago, but today probably will come up short in the bid for a bronze here in Medellin. And what could possibly be the final arrow for India. Lily Shanu Paunam puts it in the 9 ring, and India will finish with 218 points.
आज लिली ने बिल्कुल 10 को टच कर करके मारा है.
Laura Longo's done a great job leading off so far for Italy today, and she does it again,
Continues her job.
Giù l'arte, tenete di lavorare.
shooting with a great deal of confidence. Backed up by 2 excellent archers, Irena Francini and Marcella Tonioli. A good look at Irena, who is on the cusp of winning her first outdoor World Cup medal. Muy bien.
Tirato di mirino.
You know, a lot of times you don't absolutely need to shoot arrows into the 10 to win. You know, in this case, a 9 might win or an 8 might win, but
Sì, bravo.
shooting those 3 10s makes you feel amazing about winning that medal at the end.
Marcella did not have to worry about it at all because they'd already
Absolutely.
wrapped up the match on that arrow by Francini, so that was just for fun.
Great
and
job.
it was fun for Italy today as they came out here and shot outstanding. Outstanding performance for Italy. Hugs and kisses all around as they win convincingly by 11 points over India, 229 to 218. And that came on the heels of an 11-point win over the United States squad in the semifinals, 233 to 222. So Italy with a very good, strong week down here. Irena Francini, a strong addition to this women's team representing Italy, which picks up the bronze medal to start the day here in Medellin, Colombia. Kind of an interesting setup right here. The shooters are on a stage, a platform that's about 10 feet up in the air,
Yeah.
and shooting at a target that, as you take a look at some of the American recurve archers, Jacob Wookie and of course Brady Ellison in the grandstands here in Medellin. Brady on center stage tomorrow. But it's always interesting to see what World Archery comes up with in terms
Yeah.
of the field itself.
Exactly. They had a similar setup to this at the World Cup finals in Lausanne, Switzerland a couple years ago, where this stage was
Elevated.
elevated, and this time they've got a hill I think that the targets are on, but there was also a stage that the targets were on there too. So sometimes that'll kind of
Play with your head a little bit.
distract you a little bit, yeah, but the distance is still the same. You don't exactly need your depth perception, so
Same distance.
exactly.
But I enjoyed the tiers there that you can see. It's kind of
It
a
is a
tiered,
very nice presentation for sure.
beautiful
Looks good.
landscaping outside the Museum of Modern Art here in Medellin. As you look at the neighborhoods that climb up the hillsides here in the Andes Mountains. First match is in the books. The bronze medal going to Italy. Italy defeating India 229-22-18. And so now we reset and get set for the women's team gold medal match. And it should be a great one. USA qualifying third, first out of the tunnel. And the USA with one veteran and two newcomers, relative newcomers on the scene.
Yep.
The USA featuring Crystal Gavin. Crystal, of course, on your right. And today she'll be joined on the shooting line by Emily B. and Dahlia Crook. Emily B. on your left. Emily, 20 years old and unranked. Dahlia Crook, young lady in the middle, 16 years old, ranked 105th in the world. And then, of course, Crystal Gavin, 31 years young, third in the world. And the man behind the Foster Grants is Colin Klimenchek. He'll be in the box. The recurve archer for the USA. And the USA will have its hands full, to say the very least, with the team that came out of qualifying number one, numero uno, Colombia.
The crowd favorite, I think, here.
I think so. And they love shooting here at home on their native soil. From left to right, Ora Maria Bravo. Ora Maria Bravo, 21 years old, 66th in the world. The woman ranked number one in the world, Sarah Lopez. And then, of course, Alejandra Usquiano ranked 11th in the world. Very young team. Sarah and Ora Maria, 21 years of age, and Alejandra Usquiano, 23 years old. And, of course, they are the fan favorites here in Colombia. The glasses come off and down to business.
Yep, get your game face on.
Carl Archie along with Lexi Keller here on Archery TV. Glad to have you with us for our live shot-by-shot coverage. The Hyundai Archery World Cup Stage 2. Colombia on target 1, USA on target number 2. 2 weeks ago, it was Denmark defeating Russia in a shoot-off to win the gold medal in Shanghai. A year ago here in Medellin, Colombia came away with a gold medal. So they're trying to defend that gold medal. Of course, a year ago, we were in El Parque Norte. Now on the grounds outside the Museum of Modern Art. And Usquiano to lead off for Colombia. Alejandra
Strong 10.
hits pay dirt. Now Ora Maria Bravo.
Gives us a glimpse of how this match is going to go for sure.
Just outside the gold ring. And now Sarah Lopez, who will shoot not once, not twice, but 3 times today. So Colombia starts off with 27, getting dialed in. And the USA hopes to do the same. Starting off with Dahlia Crook. And Dahlia.
Good strong shot here, Emily.
In that 9 ring. Sets the bar for Emily B.
Nice. Yes. Good shot.
Looking for her first outdoor World Cup medal, the first X of the day. Crystal Gauvin, competing in the first of her 3 matches today.
Yep, that's it. Nice.
Sit right next to
Excellent
Emily.
start.
You guys are
And an early lead for the USA.
Far left. You're just a little bit more, but yeah, good shot. I don't know that I would adjust anything.
Usquiano averaging 9.3 points per arrow.
Looks like she's just got the 10 there on the left.
She looked a little uncertain as she stood
Yeah.
the shooting line after she released. A little bit of a delayed reaction from Alejandra. Ahora Maria Bravo.
Just on the left there again, just outside of the 10. It's a little fast on that one. You could see the surprise a little bit on her face, but shows the strong shooter she is.
Sometimes they release a little early, huh?
Yep.
You've never had that happen, though, have
Oh,
you?
never.
Never.
No.
Never.
Nope. Yeah, that's a lie. I think we've all experienced that one time or another where you kind of take a little bit of gasp right after the shot goes off.
And hope for the best.
Exactly.
It's all. I think that's.
So an 8 and a 9 by the 2 youngsters. Now it's up to Crystal Gauvin to try to tie this match up after the first end.
Strong shot here, Crystal.
Crystal shot a 10, an X10 on her first attempt. And leaves it a little low, so it'll be a 1-point lead for Colombia, as Colombia seizes a 56-55 advantage after the first 6 arrows. They were down by 2 midway through the opening end, but came back strong.
Yes.
Colombia with 2 10s and a 9. Meanwhile, the USA with an 8 and 2 9s on their final 3 arrows. And so a little bit of a swing right there as you take a look at the team from Colombia. Sarah Lopez, Alejandra Usquiano, and Ora Maria Bravo. Obviously the fan favorites here in Medellin on a Saturday morning in Colombia. Coming up, the men's medal matches, bronze and gold. And a star-studded lineup here today at stage 2, to say the very least. So the judges, and of course Diane Watson down there for the United States, the coach for the U.S. Conferring with those officials. Got to make sure your girls get the points that they deserve, right?
Exactly, yep.
Just looking out for her kids.
Yep, and she absolutely does a great job at it. So.
Good look at the vantage point that the archers have as they shoot from east to west. One of the advantages, I think, of the layout this year is, as opposed to past years, as the day goes on and if the sun does come out, you won't be in the archer's eyes towards the end of the day.
Right, that changes things up a little bit. When you can't see, makes it a little harder to aim.
That is a little bit of a problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just a tad.
All right, you guys got this. I've seen you do it
So
before.
the U.S. started off the match
Nice and easy.
strong with a 9 and 2 X10s, then dropped off with an 8 and 2 9s. And it was the opposite story for Colombia. Colombia with a 10, then an 8 and a 9. But their 4th, 5th, and 6th arrows were 2 10s and a 9. So they lead it by 1, 56-55.
Just put it in the middle. Let it rip.
USA getting to this gold medal match after an 11-point win over Italy, 233 to 222. Natalia Crook
All right, Emily.
offers up a 9.
In the middle. Drill it.
And Emily B. will pick up her first Outdoor World Cup medal. The question is, which color will it be?
All right, Crystal. Good strong shot.
Now the 31-year-old Crystal Garvin, who grew up in Medina, Ohio, just outside of Cleveland.
A little bit low 9, just out. Yeah.
Tranquila, Aleja. Segura ahí.
So 3 straight 9s.
Tiene buen ritmo, buen ritmo. Bien, bien, bien.
And it appears to be contagious right now.
Yeah,
There's really not much wind to speak of, Lexi.
not a ton, no, and it's a little bit easier as well when there's nothing on the archers blowing you around when you're
Bien, bien.
moving around on the target. Sometimes it slows things down, and you know, in the team rounds especially, you don't want that. But
Buena línea, buen ritmo.
you know, the board showing 1.1, 1.2 for the wind, and that's about the, you know, around the minimum that we've had to deal with in the past. So
Right now, everybody's dancing around that 10 ring. You get the feeling if anybody just gets hot, they could pull away. Crook almost caught that line.
yeah, not quite.
Vamos a marcar solo nomás, Alex.
Strong shot.
Centimeters worth a mile, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Might as
And-
well be a mile.
Yep. And you know, my dad always says after a tournament, sometimes you know that was a really, really close match or whatnot. You know, a lot of the times these tournaments come down to one arrow, and sometimes 1 millimeter, but it makes all the difference in the world.
There you go. Nice shot.
There, Crystal
Crystal
Garvin
bringing it back in.
It's in.
gets a high 5 from Colin Klimacek.
Segura ahí. Un brazo de arco.
The USA needed that 10 after 4 9s and 1 8. And Crystal Garvin came through in the
Bien, bien,
clutch.
perfecto. Esa es.
Now Colombia
Nice
coming
shot.
through. Usquiano
Ya se fue, eso cae.
raising the bar for Orla Maria Bravo.
Ay, 8. Bien, 8.
Shoots an 8.
Mira, vamos más segura. Tenemos mucho tiempo. Tú eres muy buena. Bien, vamos más segura. Vamos más segura.
So a 9 would maintain a 1-point lead for Colombia. A 10 gives them a 2-point lead. Sarah Lopez coming through. So Sarah Lopez warming up, rising to the occasion, and giving her team a 2-point lead, 111 to 109 here in the women's team gold medal match here in Medellin, Colombia. Sarah Lopez set for a busy day. She'll be participating in mixed team competition as well as the women's gold medal match against that woman, Crystal Garvin. Great matchup. I know everybody's anticipating and looking forward to.
Oh, absolutely. Two of the strongest shooters, you know, that a lot of people are watching right now. So it'll be a very popular match.
Right now, Crystal Garvin's got her mind on this match. Her team down by 2. Down but not out. Only down by 2 with still 12 arrows yet to shoot for both sides. And we've seen it so many times before. About anything can happen. Many of the members of the team from the United States, and it was a large group of archers from the USA that came down here.
Yep.
Quick trip down to South America compared to some of the trips that we make around.
Compared to some of them, yes.
And everybody's been very busy. I mean, you were in Reading. I know that Peter Elzinga went to Reading. I know that Mike Schlosser went to Reading.
Stefan Hansen was there. Crystal and Braden were there as well. Steve Anderson. Steve Anderson actually did very, very well. He podiumed in Reading.
So you guys stayed busy, even
Oh,
though there was
yeah.
just about a week or so between China and Medellin.
Yep. You know, we didn't get to go home and train, but we trained on the ranges for sure.
Which is preferable? Is it better just to stay in the rhythm and keep shooting?
It really depends on what you need to work on at the time. If you're kind of on a roll and you're doing really well, you know, sometimes it doesn't hurt to just keep going, keep competing, keep in that mindset. But if you're kind of just off a little bit, or if you're, exhausted, it doesn't hurt a lot of times to be able to go home, reset, make
Tweak
sure
some
your shot
things.
is where it needs to be. Yep, exactly. And then come back out and do really well. So.
Get a little home cooking too.
Yeah, exactly.
Wash some clothes, yeah.
It's always a bonus.
Midway through this gold medal match right now here in Medellin, Colombia. Stage 2. And the USA, with its work cut out for it, down by 2, trailing 111 to 109. Dahlia draws it back, lets it go, drops it down low.
Right on the spider.
Now Emily B., who picked up individual and team silver medals in Nîmes 2 years ago.
It's a low 9, but that's for shot. Yep.
So
Didn't look like she was
Straight low.
particularly happy with that shot, but it
All right,
was
Crystal.
wasn't too far
Strong
out.
shot.
Colin Klemenchuk in the coach's box, the recurve archer.
Yep.
And Crystal
Strong
coming through
shot
again.
from Crystal.
Good shot.
Segura, Alejo,
Good
muy
opportunity for
segura,
Crystal to get dialed in for the
tranquila.
rest of the day.
Ah, eso.
USA putting 28 points up on the board here in the third end to start things off.
Muy bien.
Usquiano, though, squeezes that trigger.
A little bit more confident in her shot than maybe the first arrow of the day. It's good.
Monta bien y ya.
Alejandra has got such a great spirit.
Muy bien.
Bravo!
Very nice set.
Bangs one home. Lopez trying to keep it going.
Ya, marcó dónde estás parando. Muy bien, Sara, muy bien.
She
Yes,
does
she
it.
does. And the crowd solidly behind these three archers, trying to bring them home as they now lead by 4, 141 to 137. The gap widening a little bit,
Good shot.
just outside the
Just
10 ring.
barely.
Good shot.
How frustrating is that? It's
Right,
so
Emily.
close.
It's so
Same as
close,
last
yet
time.
doesn't. Yeah,
Strong
it's
shot.
like how we were talking earlier. Just that little bit. You can make an amazing shot, and if your sight's a click off,
Just right. Not,
you don't reap the benefits of
Right,
that
good
that
shot.
strong
right,
shot.
Crystal.
It must get to
Put it
you
on
at
the
some
cross.
point.
So yeah, if it's something that you keep doing and you keep doing, and no matter how you move your sight or what you do with your shot, if you can't bring that in, it is very
It's
very
frustrating.
frustrating because you sit there and you think, I'm shooting great, I'm making great shots, I feel confident and strong, but they just aren't hitting, and there's not a lot you can do about it at that point, other than just keep at it and keep trying.
Muy bien.
Some days the gods aren't smiling on you, but today the gods are smiling on Alejandro Usquiano and Team Colombia
Entra.
as they are starting to pull away.
Mucho tiempo.
Usquiano,
Tranquila.
another 10.
Tranquila y apunta bien.
Out of her 6 shots so far, Usquiano,
Muy bien.
half of them have been 10s.
Yes. Continuing strong shots.
Big smile on the face of Oro Maria Bravo, who's been buoyed by the 2 great archers that she's flanked by, Usquiano and this young woman,
Bien.
Sarah Lopez.
60 points. Perfect.
10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. 60 points out of the possible 60. And right now it's a 7-point advantage for Colombia, 171 to 164. So after that slow start where they fell behind by 2 points after the first 3 arrows, they have caught fire right now. And Colombia rolling right now.
But again, both teams are very, very strong shooters, and everybody's got experience on both teams. Maybe not in a World Cup setting, but again, we have a lot of arrows left to shoot. So
And Crystal Galvin showing great leadership right there. Keeping the spirits up. Most important thing, just to remember to have fun, isn't it?
Exactly. You know, you made it this far. You're on the stage. Enjoy it, and experience.
Hey,
all
we're not
the
digging
moments.
ditches.
Exactly.
We're in Medellin, Colombia, at the World Cup. Fans all over the place, taking in some of the modern art and taking the moment to watch some of the world's best archers. Here outside the Museum of Modern Art in Medellin. So Colombia 6 arrows away from wrapping up the gold medal and repeating as the gold medalists here in stage 2 in Colombia. Colombia won last year in Medellin.
There you go.
Trying to do it again, but Dalia Crook with one of her better shots of the day.
Yeah.
Right, follow her in there, Emily.
Brings it into the 10.
Good timing, strong shot.
Dalia, who won 3 medals a year ago at the Youth Championships in Yankton. A team gold, a mixed team silver, and an individual bronze. Now Emily B with another 10.
All right, Crystal. Finish it off strong.
Crystal Gorman, the silver medalist in Copenhagen at the World Championships last summer. Denied the gold medal by
Nice.
Kibo Bay.
Good shot. All right, guys, let's do that one more time. It's tall. Tall tip. Inside out there.
Musquiano,
Muy bien,
who
perfecto.
won the World Cup title in Paris in
Vamos a
2013,
ver, tiene mucho tiempo.
showing that same form.
Buen foco ahí. Tranquila, buena sensación. Muy bien, perfecto, China.
And the string continues. Going back to the second end.
Igual, Sara. Monta línea.
Sarah Lopez had a 10 on the final shot of the second end, and they have still not missed the 10 ring since then.
That's pretty impressive shooting to do that as a team.
10 straight 10s right now. And the lead is up to 7. And you could see Dalia struggling a little bit there. A little shaky.
It's just outright. So close.
You can hear Colin Klimenchek say,
So
so close.
close.
Put it in there. It's like practice. Good shot.
A solid
Nice
X to
finish.
finish off.
X.
Strong, strong end. And a really strong performance by Crystal Gorman here in this women's gold medal match. Musquiano has done a tremendous job leading off.
Bien, bien. Muy bien. Bien.
But they've got a little bit of a cushion to play with, and that's the first arrow that has not been in the 10 ring on the last 11 attempts.
Monta nomás y zona. Muy bien, muy bien. Fred. Eso es todo, Dani. Eso es todo, China.
And again, Colombia just has to be
Vamos, Sara,
consistent.
igual. Monta bien. Buena línea.
Only down by
Yes.
3. Sarah puts it away, and they'll win by 7. So Colombia makes it back-to-back gold medals in the women's team gold medal match here in Medellin, Colombia.
Felicidades a las tres muchachas.
You know, it could work against them. I've seen it many times in sports where there's more pressure performing at home in front of your fans and your
Yeah.
family. But they seem to relish that opportunity, and they
Some people can really, some teams, some people can really kind of channel that and put it to good use, and some it kind of bothers a little bit, but that's kind of the game of it too. You gotta do what you can do to, keep your mental game strong and where it needs to be for that point in time. So.
Well, obviously, the Colombian team, Sarah Lopez, Alejandro Usquiano, and Aura Maria Bravo channeling it well here today in Medellin, using that crowd, feeding off that crowd, and enjoying being at home in their native land and coming through with another gold medal performance. They wrap up the gold medal and they celebrate the gold here in Medellin. The USA comes away with the silver medal. And of course, earlier it was Italy taking home the bronze medal. So fresh target faces now being applied here in Medellin as we get set for the men's team gold medal, or gold and bronze medal matches, I should say. Looking back at that match, it was that third end that really made the difference. 6 straight 10s for Colombia. In fact, they had reeled off, I believe it was 10 consecutive 10s from the end of the second end to about midway through the fourth end. And that really spelled the difference in this match as they put it away. And by the way, that's Chris Marsh on the right there. Chris in charge of this whole operation, putting all of this together. Does a tremendous job working with Hit the Roof Productions, and our hats off to World Archery as well as Hit the Roof for being able to bring you this event here in Medellin, Colombia, stage 2. And as we say goodbye to Lexi Keller and thank her for joining us. Lexi, always a pleasure.
It's great to be here. I enjoyed it, and good luck to the rest of the competitors.
And will we see you in Turkey?
Absolutely. I was planning on being there for hoping to be. So.
And hopefully shooting instead of speaking.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's always the goal. Thanks.
Safe travels. Thanks, Lexi. Lexi Keller joining us here this morning in Medellin, Colombia for the women's matches, and now stepping in to join us for the men's team matches, Carmilio Cardona. Stepping in and joining us, and Carmilio, good to see you.
Thank you.
It's good to have you with us, and that had to be fun watching the women win the women's gold medal match.
Well, it really was it. Let's go see what happens today with the other teams.
We will see what happens right now. We're getting ready now for the men's team bronze medal match. And this features France, the team from France, qualifying 4th this week. And it features Dominique Genet along with Sébastien Penaud and Christophe Dussault. France getting to this bronze medal match by defeating India by 1 before losing to the United States by 5. And they will face a team from El Salvador. El Salvador, number 7 after qualifying. El Salvador defeating Denmark by 2, then losing to Italy by 7. And the 3 shooters for El Salvador today, Rigoberto Hernandez, and Miguel Angel Veliz. Now you're more familiar obviously than I am with the El Salvador shooters. Tell me a little bit about El Salvador. You've shot against them, I'm sure, a lot more than most of us have seen them shoot.
Well, actually, I only have shot against them one time in Central American Games. There was Jorge Jimenez instead of Miguel Angel Veliz. So they are a good team. They shoot really good. Roberto is the best Latin American in the ranking. So it's going to be an interesting match.
It's interesting because it brings together Roberto Hernandez and Sébastien Penaud, and those two got together last year and hooked up in the men's gold medal match. That was a good one.
Yes, it was.
And it went to Sébastien Penaud, but Roberto Hernandez put on a great performance that day, and at one point had a very good chance to win that match. So we begin with Seb Penaud, who is feeling a bit under the weather here. I had a chance to speak with him during the warm-up session this morning, and if he's feeling under the weather, I'd love to feel under the weather if I could shoot like that.
Yep. I want to feel the same too.
Whatever he's got, we want it. Dominique Genet, the 47-year-old veteran. just a little bit high. Now, Seb told me that this gentleman, Christophe Dussault, is really not feeling well. Let's see how he handles it, though. I guess when you make it to a medal match, you just have to shoot. It doesn't matter. You have to get off your deathbed to come here and shoot.
That's true. You only have to think about the match to do it good, and you can go to other time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Shoot your match and then go back to the room and lay down and collapse.
That's true.
Roberto Hernandez. So a strong start for both of these teams.
Vamos, tranquilo, Roberto.
Miguel Angel Veliz, 32 years old, ranked 264th in the world.
He used to be a Rico guy.
Made the transition.
Yeah.
And now Rigoberto, the 40-year-old, averaging 9.4 points per arrow. A little bit low, and starting to feel the wind pick up a little bit, Carmelio.
Well, the people from archery told me in the afternoon it's going to be a little bit more windy. So,
of course, the archers are protected just a little bit by the museum that's behind them. And they are shooting towards the east, so any wind would be at their back. Hopefully that would be advantageous for these archers. Payneau with a 9, and now Dominique Genet. Does he nick the line? They post a 9 for him. So Dussault shooting from the left side. Dussault, 37 years old. Dussault dials in. Diaz, correct?
yep.
9, okay. Diaz,
Better.
better, yes. In any language, yes. As long as you put it in the middle of the target, doesn't matter how you say it.
Vamos, Miguel.
Side 10.
10, Diaz,
Sam.
10.
30.
Miguel Angel looking for his first World Cup medal. Coming oh so close.
Y a la izquierda, y te cayó
Almost got it into that 10 ring. And now Rigoberto needing a 10 to stay within 2 of France.
10, 9, 8,
Getting the
7,
countdown.
6, 5.
With 5 seconds to go, releases it, and it's a 10.
It's my impression, or all the teams have the arrows at the left side of the target.
So France off to a quick start, leading by 2:58, 2:56. Talk about your week a little bit. What was it like to be here at home, so to speak, in Colombia?
Well, shooting at home it's a little bit stressful because you want to do it the best thing that you can. So you usually put more pressure for you and you're shooting. So that's hard for me. I didn't shoot really good in qualifications. On individual game, I shot 145. It's not bad, it's not good. It's just in the middle of that, and the other guy shot 146. Okay, I'm agree with that. On the team rounds, we lost against the US team by 2 points, but for that one, I felt really, really good. I shot 78. So
It's interesting you brought that up because I was just talking with Lexi Keller about that very same point, about how it could be an advantage competing here at home, and could also be a disadvantage because there is a little bit more pressure.
yeah, there it is. Because here's your family, your people, so you want to give them a good show and good results for the country.
It can be a little distracting, I suppose. I suppose. But it's nice not to have to travel halfway across the world, too, isn't it?
Well, I like to travel.
Oh, okay. You like airplanes, huh?
Yeah.
Mr. Cardona joining yours truly, Carl Arke, here on Archery TV. Live and in color. And what color it is from Medellin, Colombia. Stage 2 of the 2016 Hyundai Archery World Cup Tour. And El Salvador trying to come back from a 2-point deficit at the start of this match. And Roberto Hernandez. Just a little off target with that 9. Not bad, but not the 10 that he wanted, obviously. Needs a little bit of help right now from Miguel Angel Veliz. And gets it.
Yeah.
Allez, on se prépare.
Rigoberto Hernandez. A team bronze medal in Ulsan in 2009 at the World Championships, and that is not what he wanted. Left it out in the suburbs.
Allez, c'est là que c'est fort, que c'est solide. Allez, Seb.
So an opening for Seb Penot. Sebastian, ranked 3rd in the world. The gold medalist here in Medellin last year in the individual men's gold medal match against Roberto Hernandez.
Allez, Dom.
Dominique Genet, who had a chance to win a bronze medal with his team 2 weeks ago in China, trying to come through this week here in Medellin. Right now, France is on track.
Allez, Totov.
Christophe Dussault, who had a pair of 10s in the opening end. Now he's got 3 in a row.
He's going for the 80.
And if he's sick, it does not show. Sebastian Penot told me that Dussault was really not feeling well coming into this match. But boy, oh boy, he's getting to feel better. Roberto Hernandez got to feel better after that shot himself.
Vamos, Vélez. 30. Bien, bien, Vélez. Eso es, ahí está.
El Salvador starting to come on strong.
Está bien, 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 Vélez.
El Salvador with a strong week, defeating Denmark before losing to Italy by 7. We'll see the Italian team in just a moment.
6, 5.
And with the clock winding down, a beautiful shot.
¿Cómo quedaste en esta? Te quedaste vivo.
Right on target.
Fort dans le déco.
3 straight 10s to finish off the second end for El Salvador. And now, after that 8 by Penot, that brings El Salvador back into the match a little bit.
C'est un peu ouvert en fait. Il y avait de la volonté, mais ça a ouvert un peu.
Dominique Genet won a team gold medal here in Medellin 3 years ago in 2013, the first year that the World Cup event was held here in Medellin. And now Dussault, who is yet to miss. And I jinxed him. Pardonnez-moi, Christophe. He'd had 3 straight 10s, and then he comes up with a 9. Excuse me, so we'll check the scoreboard, but it has tightened up just a little bit after the first 2 ends. In fact, it's tightened up considerably. We're tied at 113 all now. France did have a 58-56 lead after the first end. And now midway through the match, we're tied up at 113 all. It was an 8 and a 9, or excuse me, it was an 8, 3 9s and an 8 by France that allowed El Salvador to get back into this match, Camilo. So it is 113 all. And basically anybody's match here in the men's bronze medal event. Dominique Genet hoping to avoid what happened 2 weeks ago in China, where Australia defeated France in a shoot-off. Right now, these teams all even at 113 after the first. 6 arrows shot by, or excuse me, 12 arrows offered up by both of these teams. This, of course, the final year that will be coming down here to Medellin for a World Cup event. It has been a great 4-year run. I know, speaking for a lot of people, we have loved coming down here. It's been wonderful. I think it's been great.
Well, it helps a lot of the archers here because they can see their idols, they can talk to them, they can take a forest with them. So.
You think it's helped the sport here in Colombia?
Yes.
Just by having this presence and having people like Sébastien Penaud. Oh, strikes gold. France hoping to get back on track after faltering just a little bit in that second end. Janet puts another one away. Now can do so. Ooh, no, he can't. That one veered way off target. And it's a tremendous opportunity right now for El Salvador. Roberto Hernandez. Very close to catching that line. Almost got it. The silver medalist from Medellin last year. Roberto Hernandez with 3 other World Cup medals, all of them team bronze medals, trying to add his 4th here today. So France giveth, and now El Salvador giveth back with an 8.
Well, I think you can feel the wind a little bit stronger. So maybe the field feels more. That's what's happening.
Becoming a little bit more challenging out there.
I think so.
Rigoberto had to have a 10 to keep pace with France. He came up with the 10 he needed. We're tied at 140 apiece. Penaud. Out in the red ring. Both teams very strong to start this match.
10, ouais, Dom, nickel.
And Dominique Genet puts France back on track. Do so. An 8 just moments ago, and a 9 this time.
Reste bien solide, hein, sur toi parce que ça bouge un petit peu.
Excuse me, a 7. He had the 7 moments ago. That's a sign of a good archer. Can shake that off and come back and come up with a much better shot the next time.
That's true. There is where you can see the good archers, the good people, the good athletes. They come back from a bad situation and can give up again the 1%.
A better effort.
Yeah.
30.
He grimaced as he released, and you can see why. Was not happy as soon as he released that shot. So again, Rigoberto in the position where he must have a 10 to keep his team even.
10.
And that will not happen. It will be at least a 1-point lead for France heading into the 4th and final end. 167 to 166 unofficially right now in favor of France in this bid for a bronze medal. It's so interesting to see how things go. France shoots a 7, and you would think that would have opened the door wide open for El Salvador to take advantage, and yet El Salvador with at least 2 8s in that end, not able to take advantage of that.
Well, How I told you, the wind's a little bit stronger, so maybe the archers there are fighting with the wind, and maybe that's why.
When you contend with those conditions, what is that like for you when the wind picks up? Especially if it's different at the start of the match and then changes and becomes more significant as the match goes on and becomes stronger.
Well, my coach always tell me to make a strong shot, so that's it. That's all I do. A strong shot to the middle. If the arrow goes to the one side, you can aim a little bit to the other side, or if you want to, you can move your sight, and that's it.
I was going to ask you, how much do you move your sight if the wind does pick up?
Well, it's more of sensation that exact number. That I just feel it's stronger. I will give it to more than if it was a little bit softer.
So it's trial and error, basically. You have to just try it and find out if it works.
You have to know your sight, your equipment for
Your whole setup. So France leading by 1, which means El Salvador will lead off here in the 4th and what could be the final end, and a very, very close shot by Roberto Hernandez. Just left it outside the 10 ring a bit.
Vamos, Belly, tranquilito.
Peering through that peep sight, Miguel Angel Veliz. Out in the red zone again. It would appear, although they have scored it as a 9. So he must have just caught the line. Rigoberto Hernandez. So 3 straight 9s for El Salvador. Can France start to put some daylight between themselves and El Salvador? Sebastien Peinot providing an answer, yes.
Allez, Dom. Bien solide dans l'arc.
Dominique Genet, the bronze medalist at the World Cup finals in Mexico City last fall.
Et voilà, Dom.
And showing why he was a medalist at the World Cup finals last fall.
Allez, Toff. Bien en ligne, solide sur toi.
Christophe Dussault.
Et ben voilà.
10, 10, 10.
Allez, encore une chacun comme ça. Les 3 sont nickel.
And the lead,
3 points. No,
4 points, has blown out to 4 with 3 arrows to shoot. El Salvador backed into a corner right now. They have to match those 3 straight 10s. There's the first of the 3 that they need. Belize trying to preserve any chance El Salvador has of getting this gold medal. Tad high on that shot. Good effort.
Está bonito con el tiempo.
Rigoberto.
10, 9, 8, 7.
40-year-old Rigoberto with a strong finish.
Bien, bien, Rigo. Sí, que se puede.
He has shot extremely well in this match, don't you think?
Well, he shot like 2 bad arrows, but that's it. Only 10s after that.
Allez, ben voilà. X.
Yeah, he did have an 8 on his
Allez, Dom,
third arrow.
solide dans l'arc.
Second arrow.
Second arrow.
And a 9 in the 9th arrow.
Ouais, c'est bon. Ça accroche, ça doit accrocher 10 en bas.
Dominique Genet has been
Allez,
strong
Totov.
throughout.
Bien solide sur toi, en
And
ligne.
France needing just 7 to win. Dussault to do the honors. Christophe Dussault for the gold medal for France, or excuse me, the bronze medal. And the bronze belongs to France. Christophe Dussault with a 10.
Je t'ai dit qu'il y aurait de l'émotion depuis ce matin.
Feeling under the weather, but feeling fine just now.
C'est bien.
That's what the doctor ordered right there. That will cure what ails you, a bronze medal. And a great strong performance by the team from France here in the men's bronze medal match. And so Dominique Genet gets the bronze medal that eluded him 2 weeks ago in Shanghai when France lost to Australia. Today, though, France comes away with the victory. Dussault, Penaud, and Dominique Genet. Thumbs up and the victory sign for France. As those three started off strong, took a 2-point lead after the first end. They were tied at the midway point at 113 all. Edged ahead slightly to go up by 1 after 3 ends, and then just put it away in the 4th end to win by 4, 226 to 222, your final score. And so France, the victor. France getting into this match, coming off a semifinal loss to the USA by 5, but making up for that with the 4-point win. As the young and up-and-coming archers still making their way into the venue here in Medellin, Colombia. So congratulations actually to both of those teams. Congratulations to El Salvador for getting to the bronze medal match, and for France winning the bronze medal match. This is pretty much the tip of the iceberg here, because people get to see the medal matches, but they don't get to see what goes on the whole week leading up to it. A lot of arrows that are shot the whole week just to get to this point. A lot of work.
Well, I think every single people works for this just for those 15 minutes of their lives. So I don't think it's only the arrows that you shot in qualification during the eliminations. It's also what you shot in your house, in your field. So
all the practice time.
Yeah.
The practice time, the travel time. There is a lot that goes into winning these medals. So you should enjoy the moment, as Steve Anderson does, as he comes out first to lead the USA. The United States in the gold medal match once again this year here in Medellin. USA qualifying first this week here in Colombia, beating Colombia by 2, and then France by 5. And you'll meet the 3 American archers. Steve Anderson, the big guy on the left, blowing a kiss to his wife, Linda Ochoa Anderson in the crowd. Alex Wiffler on the right. That's the guy in the box, Rio Wild, and of course the 3rd archer on the American side, Braden Gelantine. So Gelantine, Anderson, and Wiffler taking on Team Italy, which qualified 6th this week here in Medellin. Italy defeating the Netherlands by 1, then knocking off El Salvador by 7. And an equally strong lineup for Italy, led by Sergio Pagni on your left. Sergio Pagni joined by Federico Pagnoni and Michele Nencioni. Federico Pagnoni, whom you will see later on today in the mixed team medal matches. So Pagnoni, Pagni, and Nencioni taking on Wiffler, Braden, Gelantine, and Steve Anderson. Should be a great one.
The numbers, not on the whistle.
If you're just joining us, Colombia won the women's team gold medal match. The USA gets silver, and Italy took the bronze medal by beating India 229 to 218.
Remember to go on the numbers, though.
Rio Wild in the coach's box. We'll see Rio coming up in the men's gold medal match later on this afternoon in a marquee matchup against Sergio Pagni.
Start off, Steve.
We get to watch Pagni up close in this match.
Good strong shot, buddy.
So Steve Anderson to lead off. Steve coming here to Medellin from Redding, California, where he had a strong showing at Redding, and he continues to shoot well. And
Your turn.
Celebrates with Braden Galantine.
Put it in the middle and just execute.
There's 15 more shots like that, and that's
it?
That's it. That's all it takes.
Well, actually, it only takes 7 for each archer, so.
So Alex Wiffler with a 10. And Braden Galantine trying to make it 3 in a row to start things off. Braden, 30 years old, ranked 18th in the world, 10-10-10
There you go.
for the USA. So a perfect start for the Americans. But not much rattles this man, Sergio Pagni. As Big George likes to call him, the Sultan of Smooth. Did he catch the line? It was close. Now Michele Nencioni, the 21-year-old, ranked 30th in the world, averaging 9.6 per arrow. So at best, assuming that first shot by Pagni is a 10, at best the Italians will be down by 1 if Pagnoni comes through with a 10.
But
instead, nope. It's either a 2 or a 3-point deficit right
Steve,
now.
Keep it rolling, man.
I think
Keep
it's
it
a
rolling.
2.
Good, strong shot.
You think that first shot by Pagni was in?
Yeah.
Okay. I will go with Mr. Cardona. Hey, I'm in Colombia. I have to go with you.
10 at 1 o'clock, just past Tweener.
And now Steve Anderson's having some fun.
Well, that's what you have to do in the finals.
Shot, man. Put it in the middle and
Just
execute.
have fun.
Enjoy the moment.
Yeah. You made a good job, and
Yep.
this is your prize. No.
Full shaft inside the line.
So Wiffler sets the table. Braden Galantine, the gold medalist of the World Cup Finals in Tokyo back in 2012. A man who's won 100 matches in his career. Has won 71% of the matches he's shot in. And right now the USA is rolling. They changed that score from a 9 to a 10.
Better.
And right now they have shifted Sergio Pagni back to the anchor spot. They had Pagnoni move up. Or excuse me, Nencioni move up. Now here is, no, I believe that was Nencioni who just shot.
No, it was.
No, it was
Pagnoni.
Pagnoni, yes. Okay. Italy fighting back. And now Sergio. And the lucky dog comes through. So we'll wait and see how the officials see that first arrow offered up by Sergio Pagni. There's an asterisk by it right now. Italy will either have 57 points or 58 points. So it'll be a 2 or 3 point lead for the Americans. Steve Anderson will be, by the way, joining us later this afternoon. Hamming it up, enjoying it, and why not? The USA with a pair of X's and 6 10s across the board to start this gold medal match off. Sergio Pagni, I called him the lucky dog. He was the lucky dog at the Vegas shoot this year. Came out of the pack and won the Vegas shoot.
The first time that the lucky dog won the Vegas shoot. So.
It was a remarkable moment in Las Vegas. And of course, the year before that, it was Alex Wiffler who won the Vegas shoot.
Yeah, last year.
So we've got 2 of the Vegas shoot winners in this match right here.
3.
Oh, that's right, yes.
I liked in your video that my arrows show up in your video. I know, but
Se non ce la fa si fa aiutare dalla
Everybody enjoying themselves, just chilling here in Medellin on a Saturday morning. Saturday morning Colombia time. Could be the middle of the night wherever you are, middle of the afternoon. Whatever time of day it is, we're glad that you're joining us here on Archery TV for our live shot-by-shot coverage, which will continue later on this afternoon, or evening, or morning. We'll have the mixed team, and then the individual medal matches coming up. Right now, a score to settle between Italy and the United States. They did rule that was a 10 by Pagni on his first shot. So Sergio steps up with his team trailing by 2, 60-58, in favor of the USA.
Centralissimo basso, dito sotto.
I think that one is out.
You think that one is out?
Yes.
They'll still put an asterisk up by it. Holding. Pays off though. Nencioni hitting pay dirt. And now Pagnoni. Federico finds the 9 ring. Could be 28, could be 29 points posted.
Good strong shot, Steve.
So now Steve Anderson, who will be our guest analyst for the afternoon session.
Whoa.
And the magic.
Archery happened.
Yeah, archery happened. Yes.
It's all right.
That's a good way to put it. I like that.
It's your turn.
Archery happens.
Pick him up, Alex.
So after 6 straight 10s, there was a 7. Alex Wiffler.
10.
Listening to the wise words of Rio Wild, and he does pick up his teammate Steve Anderson. And now Braden Gellantine.
Go up and do. Best thing the archer has is a bad memory. Yep, top the X.
Braden,
Yep,
right on
archer
track.
has is a bad memory.
So this end is close. Could be as much as a 2-point advantage in this end for the Italians. They trailed by 2 going into the second end. There's a good chance they'll pick up a point or 2. Pair of 9s back to back. That's 3 straight 9s. And now Sergio Pagni. The 2-time World Cup Finals champion, 2009 and 2010 in Edinburgh, as well as Copenhagen. And he's just so relaxed up there, isn't he?
He make it look so easy.
He does. And it's not. So Steve Anderson hoping to make up for that 7 on his previous shot.
Yep,
Much better effort. Caught the line. That's a 10.
Good comeback. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. It's gone. All right, Alex, be aggressive. Good, strong shot.
Now Alex Wiffler, 22-year-old, just outside the 10 ring.
All right, Braden, stuff it.
And Braden Gellantine, who won a team gold medal here in Medellin the last 2 years, 2015, 2014. And now we wait to see. Again, a question on the first arrow by Italy. Shot by Sergio Pagni. Is it in? Is it out? Is it a 9? Is it a 10? We'll soon get the answer. Sergio Pagni, as we said, the 2-time World Cup Finals champion in Edinburgh and Copenhagen, the only man who has won 2 World Cup Finals.
Yes, sir.
Impressive, to say the very least.
The last years that I just won the second one or the third one, was the second one, and she told me she wants to be the first person in the world to win it 3 times.
3 times?
In a row. Yeah. She's making history, you know.
She is making history.
I zoomed in pretty hard. I was like, let's check that guy.
And I can remember when she got started, really kind of came on
In
the scene in
Antalya.
Antalya. Yes. And we said, who is this young woman? And now we know. And has brought, I imagine, a great deal of attention to the sport of archery here in Colombia. Obviously, football is number one.
Yes, there are a lot of people that knows about archery just for her and what she has done. Also for Alejandra's on the Campon Girl teams. But it's kind of sad because in this year the only thing that matters is the Olympics. So
hopefully at one point, some point down the road, in your lifetime, hopefully in my lifetime, we'll see Compound in the Olympic Games.
it will be really, really nice because you can see the matches. They are just awesome. You won one 5-point, or maybe with a shoot off.
I think it would play very well into the Olympic format and highlight great archers like Sarah Lopez from Colombia and Sergio Pagni from Italy, and Rio Wild and Braden Galantine and Alex Wiffler from the United States, Steve Anderson.
Sì, grande.
Italy, strong start here in the third end. Pagnoni.
Sì, Pagno.
Almost put it in the 10 ring.
All right, Steve, stuff it. Good, strong shot, man.
Ci avrei scommesso il Murecchio che era sulla riga.
Yep. Yes. 10 at 12 o'clock.
Mining for more gold, Steve Anderson.
All right, Alex, your turn. Good, strong shot. Yep.
There you go.
And Alex Wiffler has been as consistent as anybody on this team.
He only had 1-9, I think. Yeah.
And that came on his final arrow, the second end.
Yep.
Braden Galantine, though, I don't think has missed, has not. That's 5 straight 10s for Braden Galantine. The USA up by 3 unofficially, 146 to 143, midway through this third end. Gold medal match here at stage 2 in Medellin, Colombia. And again, Italy changing up the rotation. They start off with Sergio Pagni, and they will finish with Sergio Pagni. A strategy that many teams employ now, taking their strongest shooter to start off, lead off with, and end up with. So Sergio trying to make it back-to-back 10s right now. Almost effortless, isn't it?
Yes.
It really is.
All right, Steve, your turn. Pick
Calm,
it up,
cool, collected. Sergio Pagni with another 10. 58 out of a possible score of 60 in this third end for Italy.
Yep.
Steve Anderson
Just off the exit one.
nails another one.
Just off the X line at one.
Wiffler looking for his 5th 10, and he gets his 5th 10.
12 o'clock.
5 out of his 6 shots have been in the 10 ring. And it could be as much as a 4-point lead for USA. Instead, it will be a 3-point lead, 175-172.
He picked up one.
So the USA picks up a point, as you just heard Rio Wild say. They led by 2 midway through the match at 116-114. And now lead by 3 with 6 arrows left to shoot. How comfortable are you, even if you have a 3-point lead in this kind of position, Camilo? I mean, are you comfortable? I mean, you've got 6 arrows to shoot. Do you ever feel like as though it's over?
Well, it's not comfortable, but at least you know that you're a little bit more relaxed because you have 3 points lead.
There's a margin for error.
There is, but in this level you can fail.
You never can relax, can you?
No, never. Because if you relax, you maybe shoot a 9, and the other guy won't be relaxed. He wants the 10, and maybe he will get it.
You never can let up, especially when you look on that other target and you see that Sergio Pagni is shooting for Italy. And he's got great support from Michele Nencioni as well as Federico Pagnoni. Sergio wishing he could be in that mixed team medal match this afternoon with Marcella Tonioli. Federico Pagnoni will get the call for that one. So Sergio with a chance of 2 medals here today, 2 gold medals. He'll be matched up against Rio Wild coming up later on this afternoon in a marquee matchup. A lot of marquee matchups today. Crystal Gauvin, Sarah Lopez in the women's gold medal match. I know where I know where your loyalties lie. I understand, understandably so. So here we go. Start of the 4th end. Pagni pounds one home. Nencioni, who was on the team that won the gold medal in Ankara, the Indoor World Championships this past winter. And again with a long hold. And it drifts just a bit on him. Federico Pagnoni. Two X's for Italy. Pagnoni, team silver here in Colombia. Won a mixed team gold medal in Medellin last year. And Steve Anderson. You know, if you just look at his expression, he doesn't look happy with the shot. He turns his head away quickly. Wow. But it ends up being a 9-liner.
Turbocharged.
Whiffler.
Just
out the top.
On the line as well, or is it just out?
All right, Braden, pick him up. Stuff
They
it.
say it's just outside. A 10 here would ensure at least a 2-point
Nope,
lead.
just out the top.
And instead, the plot has thickened and it could be down to 1. We talked about it, not letting off the gas pedal.
I told you.
Pagnoni puts it inside the line. That's a 10. Things are starting to get interesting here in Medellin in the men's gold medal match. Nencioni trying to keep it going for Italy. And Nencioni with a 9.
Era da toccarlo Mirino, visto che l'avevi fatto anche prima magari.
Pagnoni trying to preserve all chance that Italy has.
He's looking for Steve Sarro.
Surprised?
Yes.
I think so. So is Sergio.
All right, Steve.
So a bit of a
Lots
break
room to
right there
work.
for the
Just make good,
USA.
strong shots.
They need 28 points on these next 3 shots. They got 10 of them right there.
Not high on that one.
Fist bump.
Now you're at 10, just inside the line at about 7.
So Alex Wiffler trying to make this as easy as possible for Braden Galantine. The 10 right here would set him up perfectly.
Nope. 9 out left.
Wiffler, the 22-year-old,
All right, Braden, lots of room. Good, strong shot, man.
puts it in the hands, the capable hands of Braden Galantine, the 30-year-old, going for the gold. Needs a 9 to win it.
Yep.
And 10 will do just fine. Braden Galantine puts it away. Golden moment for the USA as the Americans repeat their victory from 2015 here in Medellin. They won it a year ago, and they win it once again in 2016. A strong challenge put on by the Italians, but the USA holds on to win it by 2 points. Closest match we've seen all day long.
2-point lead, that's it. Well, I think this result is the same as last year. Italia, I think they got silver last year too.
A very, very close match. Italy got the lead down to 1 in the 4th end, but the USA able to hold on and hold off the Italians to claim the gold medal here in Medellin, Colombia, and make it back-to-back victories for the U.S. men's team, which came out of qualifying number 1, defeating Colombia, defeating France, and now defeating Italy. Big smiles and high fives all around. Good start on the day for the Americans. The Americans with a chance to win a lot of gold. 2 medals for the USA here this morning in team competition, and 2 medals for Italy as well. The Italian women winning the women's bronze medal, and the Italian men the silver medal. And we'll have the presentation of the medals momentarily here in Medellin as the compound team competition has come to a conclusion. Fernando Suarez, one of the men who helps make all this possible. Part of a big team that puts the venues together. Makes it possible for Hit the Roof Productions to come in here and provide you with the pictures, the sights, the sounds. Everything you have seen so far this morning, we'll see this afternoon and throughout the week. And of course, tomorrow, Recurve Sunday here in Colombia. And with the Olympics looming just a few weeks away, these World Cup events become more and more important, especially for those archers who have not secured a spot yet for Rio. So great significance attached to these World Cup events.
Well, Turkey looks it's going to be really, really good for the Olympic qualifications day.
Anybody who has not secured a berth for the Olympics in Rio will be in Turkey trying to get that done and qualify.
That's true. It's going to be a big World Cup.
It will be an exciting time in South America in about 8 weeks. And we've seen some excitement here this morning in Medellin, where the USA wins the gold medal in the men's team competition. Italy takes home the silver, and France the bronze. So as we get set for the presentation of the medals, I want to remind you we'll be back in a couple of hours with the mixed team and the individual medal matches coming up this afternoon. Some marquee matches that you will not want to miss. And hopefully the weather will hold. It's been overcast, very mild conditions here. Rain earlier in the week, a little bit more wind earlier in the week, but so far, so good. You're on a Saturday in Medellin, Colombia. Do you know what that is? That the Las Palmas district that's up there?
I don't know. I'm not from here.
Oh, you're not from Medellin?
No, I'm not.
Where do you come from?
Pereira.
Ah, Pereira.
Yeah.
Which is also Sarah's hometown as well, correct?
Yes.
It is south of Medellin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like 4 hours in car.
4 hours by car, huh?
Yeah. 30 minutes in a little airplane.
Uh-huh. But I'm sure it's a beautiful drive.
Well, it is. You go all over the mountains, then you enter in a valley, and then you go to.
And then you were here.
Yes.
In the land of eternal spring. Beautiful, beautiful Colombia. As the 3 victorious women's teams come out to stand on that podium. Always a great medal ceremony here. Maria Emma Gaviria, World Archery Vice President, so instrumental in making all of this possible here in Medellin. Working so hard with her staff and her crew and her volunteers, and our hats off to them. Great hospitality here in Medellin. And the first on the podium, Team Italy.
Irene Francini.
Irene Francini, Laura Longo, and the very colorful Marcella Tonioli,
Marcella Tonioli.
who's sporting a new shade of blue. I like it. Although I think she prefers the bronze that she has now. And now the traditional Colombian hats. I say traditional, I suspect that those are traditional.
Yes, they are.
Yes. What would you call those? What?
Volteado. Sombrero volteado.
Sombrero, okay.
Yeah.
Worn by the caballeros?
Huh?
Worn by the caballeros?
Well, you can buy it in every single
Oh,
part
I can
of
buy it
Colombia.
every. So not just, you don't have to just be a cowboy then.
No.
Okay. That's good to know. Delia Crook, Emily B, and Crystal Galvin, your silver medalists here today. USA jumped out to a 2-point lead after the first 3 arrows, but then Colombia came storming back, forcing the USA to settle for the silver medal. But for 2 young women like Emily B and Dahlia Crook, and I'm sure even for Crystal Galvin, who's very stylish in her new hat. Colombia, though, with an outstanding performance, dominating performance. They fell behind, gave up 2 points on the first 3 arrows, but then led by 1 after the first end, led by 2 midway through the match, went up by 7 after 3 ends, and they win going away to secure the gold medal. Aura Maria Bravo on the left, Sarah Lopez, Nidaba Pereira in the middle, and Alejandra Usquiano. 3 great archers and 3 great teammates. I have to say, I do love the medal presentations here in Colombia. Plus you get some coffee too, I understand.
What?
I think they also provide you with some coffee. You do grow coffee in Colombia, don't you?
Yes, we
Just
are.
a little bit?
Just a little
Just
bit.
a little bit of coffee. And now the Colombian national anthem. Colombia winning the gold, USA the silver, and Italy the bronze medal. And of course, Marcella Tonioli, the first to pull out that iPhone and get the selfie.
Podium selfie. Hashtag podium
That's
selfie.
true. Podium selfie. Tell me a little bit about Sarah. What is it that drives her at this? I mean, she's had so many great moments, and over the last 3 years has really become the dominant archer in women's compound. Where does she find her motivation? What keeps her going to perform at this level?
Well, I don't know where she gets the motivation, but I can tell you she works really hard for that. We usually practice in the same practice field. We shot at the same time, and she always shot like in a competition. She's always thinking in, I want to win this one, I want to win this one, I want this one. And
Even if it's just practice.
Yeah, yes. So I think that helps her a lot. And also, she practiced with us, with the guys here. So maybe that helps a little bit too.
Well, if you look at her scores in qualifying are right up there with the top scores of the men in qualifying.
Yes.
And then you look at her scores in the matches, and they're as high. She shoots as many 10s. Conceivably, she could compete with men.
Yeah. She wants to do that, maybe in a World Cup. Well, it depends if the World will let her, but she wants to someday shoot also in the Vegas shoot with the guys.
Mm-hmm. Well, as a guy, what do you think about that?
Well, I think it's okay, you know, because she shoots really, really good, and it will be very nice to see it. You know, a girl shooting against the boys and maybe winning the Vegas shot.
How do you think other guys would feel about that?
Well, I don't know how they will feel, but for me, coming from the same city, I will be really, really happy for her.
Okay, so do you want to be the first to shoot against her?
Okay, I have shot against her a lot of times, so
no big deal, right?
No.
Carmelio Cardona joining us here on World Archery TV, and hats off by the team from France and to the team from France. They were not feeling their best physically coming into this, and you can see that Christophe Dussault on the left is a little peakish right now, but that medal makes him feel a lot better. He shot extremely well, as did Sébastien Peynaud and Dominique Chenet. Dominique, who had the bronze medal elude him 2 weeks ago in Shanghai at stage 1. Not about to let that happen again here today. Fits perfectly, doesn't it?
Yes, it is. Well, I think that Sebastian's, it's a little bit bigger for him.
He's all hat and no cattle. Italy putting on a great show here today. Pushing the USA, almost got back into it, only down by 1 in that 4th end, but just not able to get over the mountains here in Colombia. And the USA was able to hold them off, but Federico Pagnoni, Sergio Pagni, and Michele Nencioni with silver medals around their neck. And Sergio looks like he's not too sure about this. But he'll doff his Hoyt cap and get into the Colombian spirit. So I can get one of those hats just about anywhere, you say?
Well, you can buy it. The originals cost like 60 US dollars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the original ones are made by handmade.
Well, Steve Anderson's not going to have to pay for his hat. Braden Galantine and Alex Wiffler, those three. They started off so strong. 6 straight 10s, a 60, a perfect score of 60 in the opening end. 2x10s, 410s. Those 60 points staked them to a lead that they would not relinquish, although it got close in that fourth end. The lead was down to 1, but the USA held on to win it by 3, 232 to 229. They changed the official score and gave the USA 1 more point, so it turns out to be a 3-point victory for the red, white, and blue.
United States of America.
2 weeks ago in Shanghai, Alex Weffler and Steve Anderson settled for silver medals in the team competition, but not today. They'll get the gold medal, and Braden Gelantine makes it 3 straight years of winning men's team gold medals here in Medellin. I think he's going to like Colombia. I think he's going to be sorry to see us stop coming down here, but hopefully someday we'll be back again. Braden Gelantine winning the men's team gold medal here in Medellin in 2014, 2015, 2016, and oh yeah, that's right, the first year in 2013 it was a silver medal.
Yes, it was. It was in the building with the wind tunnel.
Edificio
Inteligente. Yeah.
Gracias.
You're welcome.
That was an interesting venue from a wind standpoint. I remember it well. Well, time for us to take a break in the action. Congratulations again to the USA on winning the men's team gold medal and Colombia for winning the women's team gold medal. We'll be back in 2 hours with the mixed teams and then the individual medal matches. Sarah Lopez and Crystal Galvin waiting in the wings. Other marquee matchups, Mike Schlosser and Martin Damsbo, and Sergio Pagne going mano a mano with the wild man Rio Wild. Plus we'll get to see Sarah Holst Sonicson, Marcella Tonioli once again, and Dominique Chenet. They'll all be in action again as well. It's all coming up here at Stage 2 of Hyundai's 2016 World Cup Tour, coming to you live from the Museum of Modern Art in the heart of Medellin, Colombia. For my partner, Camelia Cardona, and Lexi Keller of the United States, and our entire crew here in Colombia, I'm Carl Arkey. We'll see you again soon with more exclusive coverage of the World Cup Finals coming up in just a few hours here on Archery TV. Till then, adios, amigos and amigas, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Amigos, amigas, adios. We'll see you again here from Medellin, Colombia for the mixed team medal matches and the individual medal matches as well. Till then, so long from Medellin.
Bye.